Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Gulshan Chaudhary from Plant Biotechnological Division, the Energy Resources Institute, New Delhi. Today we are going to discuss about the module GM technology for herbicide resistance under paper Plant Biotechnology and Crop Improvement. In the present module, we aim GM crop, herbicide tolerance crop, and its mode of action. Additionally, we give a preview to understand past, present, and future scenario of herbicide tolerant plants. Some key facts about the GM technology. GM modification technology is species using the laboratory techniques. GM crops were first introduced in the US in the mid 1990s. Most current GM crops grown in the US are engineered for insect resistance or the herbicide tolerance. Corn, soybean, and cotton are the three largest ARCIS GM crops. Potential future application of the technology including nutritional enhancement, stress tolerance, disease resistance, biofuel efficiency, and remediation of polluted sites. What are GM crops? GM crop generally refers to the transfer of gene between organisms using series of laboratory techniques for cloning genes, splicing DNA segments together and inserting gene into cells. Collectively, these techniques are known as recombinant DNA technology. Other terms used for the GM plant or crop derived from them are genetically modified organism, genetically engineered, bioengineered, and transgenic. Genetically modified is an imprecise term and a potential confusing one in that virtually everything we eat has been modified genetically through domestication from wild species and many generations of selection by human for desirable traits. The term is used here because it is one of the most widely used to indicate the use of recombinant DNA technology. According to USDA standard for organic agriculture, seed or other substances derived through GM technology are not allowed in organic production. Genetically modified foods were first put on the market in 1996. Typically, genetically modified food are transic plant products: soybean, corn, canola, rice, and cotton seed oil. In 1995, a biotech company, Monsanto, introduced herbicide Immune soybean, also known as Roundup Ready. In 1996, the first genetically modified canola was available on the market. Herbicide resistance. Herbicide resistance is an inherent ability of a plant to survive and reproduce following exposure to dose of herbicide normally lethal to the wild type. Now, why develop herbicide resistance crops? Two herbicides which is commonly used as glyphosate and glufosinate are useful for weed control and have a minimal direct impact on animal life and are not persistent. They are highly effective, among the safest for the agrochemical to use. GM for herbicide can be done by two types: targeted site and non-targeted site. In the targeted site resistance, the herbicide is changed like a mutation in amino acids so that the herbicide does not bind to the site and its effect is lethal to the plants. While in the non-target site herbicide resistance, the changes is done in such a way that the amount of herbicide reaching the target site very low, so it non-lethal. Why develop herbicide resistant crop? Herbicide have mode of action which mean that a target enzyme no longer functions properly or at all. This is usually because the herbicide molecule have distorted the enzyme molecule in some way. We can also say that the knocking out an enzyme with herbicide has two main effects with various consequences. First, component chemical for the reaction accomplete and may be directly or indirectly damaging. Absence of the reaction product will restrict growth either through starvation of key building block or because the reaction make chemical which normally protect the plants. This diagram 1 shows an enzyme functioning normally, while in diagram 2 shows that a herbicide is stopping biochemical coming together to form the usual product. As a slide, the plant is starved of product and potentially damaging building block accumulate. In diagram 3 shows the enzyme which has mutated so that even when the herbicide is present, the reaction can continue. Either the herbicide is selective to the species with this type of enzyme, or an individual plant with the mutation could reproduce to establish a population of resistant weeds. Now, example of gene-based herbicide resistance. First, triazines, sulfonylureas, cyclohexadienoids, glyphosate, bromooxynil, phenoxycarboxylic acid, and cinnamides. Glyphosate herbicide uses as direct spray, pre-plant cleanup, camphalo, crop desiccation, injection forestry, glyphosate tolerance, GMPS. Glyphosate behavior in plant. It acts as a foliar absorbed, slow to kill, activity mainly in roots, systemic acid pathway targeted, and long-term effect on sublethal doses. Genetic engineering for herbicide resistance. First, major achievement for genetic engineering in plant: glycophosphate, glufosinate, sulfonylureas, etc. have been successfully developed, commercially cultivated in USA and other countries. Herbicide tolerance technology, glyphosate and glufosinate. Glyphosate. It is also commonly known as the N-phosphonomethylglycine, is the most widely used herbicide in the world, as the glyphosate-based formulation exhibits broad-spectrum herbicide activity. The extraordinary success of the simple, small molecule is mainly attributable to the highly specificity of glyphosate for the plant enzyme N-pyruvate systemic 3-phosphate synthesis in the systemic pathway, leading to the biosynthesis of the aromatic amino acids. Herbicide glyphosate has had a greatest positive impact. Genetic engineering work to develop glyphosate resistant crop focus on 3 strategies. First, overproduction of EPSPS synthesis. Second, introduction of metabolic detoxification gene. Third, introduction of alternate EPSP synthesis enzyme with decreased affinity for glycophosphate. How do herbicide tolerance crop work? First, glyphosate tolerant crop. Glyphosate herbicide kill plant by blocking the EPSPS is enzyme pyruvate cyclimate 3-phosphate synthesis enzyme, an enzyme involved in the biosynthesis of aromatic amino acid, beta amines, and many secondary plant metabolites. There are several ways by which crop can modify to glyphosate tolerant. One strategy is to incorporate a soil bacterium gene that produces a glyphosate tolerance from EPSPS. Another way to incorporate a different soil bacterium genes that produce glyphosate degrading enzymes. Glufosinate tolerant crops. Glufosinate herbicide contain the active integrant phosphophenothricin, which kill plants by blocking the enzyme responsible for nitrogen metabolism and for detoxifying ammonia, a byproduct of plant metabolism. Crop modified to tolerate glufosinate contain a bacterial gene that produces an enzyme that detoxifies phosphophenothricin and prevent it from doing damage. Other methods by which crops are genetically modified to survive exposure to herbicide included: first, producing a new protein that detoxifies the herbicide. Second, modified the herbicide target protein so that it will not be affected by the herbicide, or producing a physical or physiological barrier preventing the entry of the herbicide into the plant. The first two approaches are the most common way scientists develop herbicide-tolerant crop. In this systemic pathway that lead to the biosynthesis of aromatic amino acid and mode of action of glyphosate on the reaction catalyzed by EPSPS. In this slide, we can say that it is a mechanism of innovation in a unique that the binding site of glyphosate is reported to overlap closely with the bind site of PEP. Glyphosate competitive with respect with the PPP binding site of EPSPS but uncompetitive with respect to succinic 3-phosphate, and resulting the glycoside EPSPS and S3P complex which is stable and have very slow reversible rate and serve essentially as a death of EPSPS. Strategy of the development of glyphosate resistance. In this strategy of the overlapping of EPSPS protein to overcome the herbicide effect of glyphosate, which amplification of the endogenous SPS genes has been accomplished in the cell culture of several species as the Daucus carota and Nicotiana tabacum. By blocking this site of the glyphosate EPSPS, and another way is created so by the additional fold of EPSPS enzyme by CP4 gene in different fold so that the production of amino acid is continued. The microbial mechanism of glyphosate degradation. The first diagram shows that two principal pathways of glyphosate degradation are known: top cleavage of carbon-phosphorus bond yielding phosphate and saccharine, the carbon-phosphate ligase pathway, and the cleavage of yield the formation of the amino methyl phosphoronic acid, which is known as AMPA, and glycosylate, the AMPA pathway refer to the glyphosate oxidase pathway. In second reaction shows that the reaction catalyzed by the GO on glycophosphate and alternative of the AMPA pathway as catalyzed by GOX. Glufosinate ammonium herbicide resistance crop are corn, rice, wheat, sugar beet, oil rape and alfalfa, cotton, lettuce, sugarcane, cassava and dry beans. Mode of action involving photosynthesis. Mode of action of photosystem first innovation, and its effect is photosynthesis is effected leading to the destruction of cell membrane. Specific effect is much faster than other desiccation. Leaves quickly yellow and desiccate especially fast in bright sunlight. Very broad spectrum of weed control foliage application only. Inactivate and immobilized on contact with soil, unique to paraquat and diquat. Second mode of action is photosystem second innovation. Effect is photosynthesis is effected leading to destruction of cell membrane but more slow than by other desiccator. Leaves yellow and desiccate from tip, edges and between veins. Pre and post emergence application with soil residue effect. Weed spectrum and crop selectivity varies. Several different types includes triazines, urease and nitriles. An example for triazines are atrazine, urease example is isoprotonins, nitriles example is bromooxynil. Third mode of action is of protoporphyrinogen oxygenase is PPO inhibition. Its effect is rapid desiccation of all green tissue on contact with foliage spray, systematic with slower action when entering through roots. Bias to broadleaf weed control in various crops, example Formiferin. Fourth mode of action is carotenoid biosynthesis inhibition. An example is 4-hydroxyphenyl pyruvate dehydrogenase, which known as HPPD. Its effect on weed are leaf pigment cannot be made protective and so degrade. Shoot are bleached white. Pre and post emergent application to different target weeds and crop depending on produce. Example, mesotrione, clomazone, and norflurazone. Fifth mode of action is glutamine synthesis. Its effect on wheat is causes accumulation of ammonia, which destroys cell membrane and stop photorespiration and photosynthesis through starvation of amino donor. Shoot yellow and desiccate, but more slowly than by the paraquat. Control a broad spectrum of young wheat from foliage spray only, unique to glufosinate. Mode of action targeting other enzymes. In this group, primary effect are the starved wheat of the essential product, normally made by enzyme affected. The appearance of symptoms is usually slow and depend upon how conducive and the environment is for plant growth. The ACCS inhibitors particularly affect growing point at shoot tip, while the ALS inhibitors and glyphosate have more general effect due to ubiquity of amino acid they deplete. The mode of action of acetyl coenzyme carboxylase, which commonly known as ACCase inhibition, its effect on wheat is it stop plant making the fatty acid important in cell membrane. Growth stop within hour. Leaves turn yellow, then purple, brown, and die over many days. Root and rhizomes may also be killed. Post-emergence control of grass wheat in broad-leaved crop. Example, fluzaphore B butyl. Second mode of action of acetoacetyl synthesis inhibition, which commonly known as ALS. Its effect on weeds are stop plants making amino acid leucine, isoleucine, valine, so many protein can't be made. Growth stop within hour, stunning shoot and roots, leaves yellow and die over a day to week. Control a broad spectrum of weeds in many different crops. Post-emerging or pre-emerging, example sulfonylureas and imidazolinones. Third mode of action is EPSP synthesis. Its effect on wheat is plant stop making amino acid phenylalanine, tryptophan, tyrosine, so are starved of many proteins. Growing point in shoots and root die. Leaf chlorophyll degrade, yellowing and exposing purple pigment, stunning, slow in cool climate, foliage application only, inactive in soil, unique to glyphosate. Other mode of action, cell division, disruption, synthesis auxins, seedling growth inhibitors. Its mode of action as a cell division disruption. Its effect on beets is cell cannot divide for various reasons, stunning of emerging seedlings, pre-emergence application, bias towards grasses, weed control, example methyl alcher, that known as chloroacetamides and dinitroanilines. Second mode of action is seedling growth inhibitors. Its effect on weeds is various type. Example, some prevent waxy cuticle for forming, but tissue do not develop normally. Act on new shoots which fail to emerge properly and root are stunned. Soil applied for pre-emergence, weed control mainly of grass weed in cereals, example trialliate. Third mode of action is synthesis auxins. Its effect on weeds is hormonal effect on plant growth and development, twisting of stem and curling of leaves within hours, yellowing and browning. Post-emergence control of broadleaf weeds in cereals, example 2,4-D. Safety aspects of herbicide tolerance technology. Toxicity and allergenicity. Government regulatory agencies in several countries have ruled that crop processing herbicide tolerance conferring protein do not pose any other environmental and health risks as compared to their non-GM counterparts. Introduced proteins are assessed for potential toxic and allergenic activity in accordance with guidance developed by relevant international organizations. They are from sources with no history of allergenicity or toxicity. They do not resemble known toxins or allergens, and they have functions which are well understood. Effects on the plants. The expression of these proteins does not damage the plant growth nor result in poor agronomic performance compared to parental crops, except for expression of additional enzyme for herbicide tolerance or the alternation of an already existing enzyme. No other metabolic changes occurs in the plant. Persistence or invasiveness of crop. A major environmental concern associated with herbicidal tolerant crops is their potential to create new weed through outcrossing with wild relative or simply by persisting in the wild themselves. This potential, however, is assisted prior to introduction and is also monitored after the crop is planted. The current scientific evidence indicate that in the absence of herbicide application, GM herbicide tolerant crops are no more likely to be invasive in agriculture field or in natural habit than their non-GM counterparts. The herbicide tolerant crops currently in the market show little evidence of enhanced persistent or invasiveness. Now, the current status of herbicide tolerance. From 1996 to 2006, herbicide tolerant crops consistently occupied the largest planting area of biotech crops. In 2006 alone, the herbicide tolerant crops occupied 86.5 million hectares or 47% of the 185.1 million hectares of the biotech crops which planted globally. The most common are the glyphosate and glufosinate tolerant varieties. The following table shows the country that have approved the major herbicide tolerance crop food for the food and feed and for the cultivation. The crops are alfalfa, Argentina canola, carnation, chicory, cotton, creeping bentgrass, flax, linseed, maize, polished canola, potato, rice, soybean, sugar beet, and wheat. This graph shows that the global adoption rate for the principal biotech crop in million hectares in 2006. Here we can easily see that the 70% of soybean, which is biotechnology developed or GM technology developed, it have a 78% growth, while the conventional has 117, cotton 64%, maize 33%, and canola 24% as the biotech GM technology crop. It graph shows that the biotech crop countries and the mega countries, and there are total 25 countries which are growing or give the interest emphasis on the growth of GM technology crops. This slide shows the global area of biotech crops of 2016 data by countries in million hectares, and there are four top 5 countries in which 3 developing countries as Brazil, Argentina, and India, and other 2 industrial countries USA and Canada grow 91% of biotech crops. This graph indicates that out of 8 resistant weeds, we decide only acetolactase synthesis use highly in different species. Now we talk about the advantage of herbicide tolerance crop. It is an excellent weed control and hence higher crop yield. Its flexibility possible to control weed later in the plant growth, reduce the number of spray in the season, reduce fuel use because of less spraying, reduce soil compaction because of less need to go on the land to spray, use of low toxicity compound which do not remain active in the soil, and it has ability to use non-till or conservative till system with consequent benefit to soil structure and organisms. This table shows that economic gain and productivity at the farm level in million tons. This table clearly shows that soybean in 2005 has 21.9 million tons of productivity, while maize have 40.3 million tons of productivity. Cotton lint has 22% of 4 million tons of productivity, while canola has 1.4 million tons of productivity. This table shows the saving on CO2 emission equated with the number of cars on the road. This table clearly shows that the reduction in the number of cars on road in million due to the insecticidal and herbicide spray is 1.2 billion. This table is clearly shows the economic benefit by trade crops in million US. This data is assembled of 2015, and it shows that the herbicide tolerant soybean have cumulative is 50.04 million US dollar. Heat tolerant maize is 11,104 million US dollar, while cotton has 1,773, canola 5,480, sugar beet 410.6, maize 33,401, cotton has a 50,275, papaya 27.9, and squash 278.8 million US dollar. Now we talk about the disadvantage of transgenic herbicide resistance. First, it create a toxicity towards the mammalian, or we can say the mammalian toxicity, ecotoxicity, as it has a side effect on the soil microorganism and agriculture flora or fauna, rising herbicide resistant weed and volunteer. Then yield performance, it affect the yield performance also, single selection pressure and a weed resistance, then shift in the weed species, gene escaping, and gene flow and the contamination of organic crops, drift and non-targeted movements. So even after 24 years of successful commercialization of biotech crops, some challenges remain, including first, the regulatory barriers that limit scientific innovation and restrict technology development that would have benefited farmers and consumers. Second, the growing trade distribution brought by asynchronized approval and threshold on low label pressure in genetic modified crop trading crops. Third, the need of continuous dialogue among the stakeholders for the expenditures, understanding the appreciation of biotechnology, emphasizing benefit and safety, innovation, communication, modalities using social media and other form of venue should be trapped and effectively and immediately. So student, in this module we have learned about the genetic modified crop, why we develop, what we need to develop the herbicide resistance crop, its mode of action, some example of gene based herbicide resistance, use of glyphosate herbicide technology of most commonly known glyphosate and glufosinate, and how do the herbicide tolerant crop work, is safety aspects of herbicide and a globally aspect of herbicide crops, advantage, disadvantage, and present and future scenario. Thank you.